Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's popular, everybody? So it's time for the morning vlog, everybody. So let's start off with some Spider-Man Homecoming news and information. So I guess over the weekend at some point, maybe, over the weekend at some point, they showed some images of the new Shocker costume. Now, I saw the images, and I think that, I was going to say, I think that that's probably going to be like, not his, like, by the end of the movie, you know how, like, the character kind of develops throughout the movie, the villain or whatever the case is. I don't think it's going to be his overall end-out suit, right? I think it's going to be like his preliminary suit, or whatever, like the shit that he put together himself. And then he'll get hooked up by the Tinkerer or whoever, and then he'll have his real joint. So, but at any rate, so these images came out, and you get to see him, and he's got like, it looks like a kind of like a brown leather jacket or whatever the case is, sleeveless, and you can see the little yellow joints, sleeves and all that in the mask, and with the gauntlets or whatever the case is. And it looks pretty decent from what I can see. I mean, again, I don't think it's going to be the final costume, whatever the case is, but I think it looks pretty decent for what it is. Kind of blurry pictures, but I'm glad to still get some information teased from them. Then you've seen other news come out with Spider-Man here the last few weeks, so it's kind of giving me that good hype feeling about a movie coming out, and I'm more than confident that Spider-Man Homecoming is going to actually be a really good movie. Marvel does a good job with their joints, so I think that this is one we can look forward to. Whereas this past summer, I guess, most of the movies that come out, they've not really hit that mark. Except for, I mean, Civil War hit it. Civil War was on point, but let's be real, a lot of our DC joints kind of dropped the ball a little bit, even though we still enjoyed them, right? So I'm looking forward to the Homecoming deal. I really can't wait. I'm a major Spider-Man fan. That is one of my top superheroes, like Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. Top three, right? Well, Superman only because, you know, when you were a kid, you play Superman, right? So that's kind of different. But I would say Batman and Spider-Man are my top characters, favorite characters of all time. So there's a lot of good information around that. All right, what else can we go to? Very quickly, let's you know what? Let's do something different. Let's go to music. So like Lil Wayn put some joints up on Twitter. I don't really follow Lil Wayn on Twitter, but everybody that I do follow put up the information. And then DJ Academics, check out DJ Academics. He actually did a little video on it. A few people did the videos on it. So I'm just going to mention it briefly. So let me speak to you guys like you don't know what's going on concerning it, right? No offense intended. All right, so there's been for some time now, Lil Wayn has been involved in a lawsuit with his papa and Cash Money, the Birdman. Put some respect on my name, right? For like $51 million or something like that they owe him in back royalties. And there's been different takes on whether he really should have the money or not, or whatever. I don't know, that's over my head. But I know what's come out over the weekend is that he's like totally depressed by it, frustrated, stressed out, don't want to deal with it no more. He said he feels mentally defeated. I can see that. $51 million missing from your bank account. I can see that. I feel mentally defeated when $100 is missing. Shit, when $25 is missing from my bank account, I feel mentally defeated. Like, where my money at? Where my cake? But yeah, so apparently it's kind of being speculated that he's well, he said he was done. In the post, and dude is like, I'm done. So I guess the idea is, or the thought is, that he is going to retire. I think that's kind of sad. I would like to see him stick around, because all you cats who talk junk, who don't think that Wayne be spitting, I said it for a long time, Wayne be spitting, he be getting it out, he be getting it in, he kills it. He may not be like the Nas type of rapper, you know what I'm saying, but lyrically, Wayne does it, yo, so you can't front on that, man. I mean, he's gone from, and you got to give credit to anybody who goes from, you know, that old Hot Boys joint to where he is now. And I remember on the, I think it was the Lights Out album or something like, I think it was called Lights Out, where he went, you can see the progression of him coming from that old style rap that he had, which is just like, you know, some booty talk or whatever, to actually getting a little more in depth with his lyrics and actually putting a little more composition there. And obviously it blossomed into what it is now. So yeah, I think Wayne is a really sick spitter, dog. So anyone who has different feelings on that, you know, that's your take. I don't disagree. You tell me what you think, though. I would love to hear it. All right, so let's go from that to some politics stuff. Well, not really politics stuff, still inside the music vein, but kind of going to politics. Who watches NBC? Not me, not no more. I can't deal with the bullcrap. I can't deal with the MSNBC. Can't deal with the Fox News. I watch it when I can, but and I really can't deal with Al Sharpton's show. Remember, he had an old show before Politics Nation or something. I think it went off for a while, and apparently it's back. I don't know, but I couldn't deal with him and his mispronunciation of words, and just it was just ridiculous. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, this is embarrassing right now. But apparently he's back. Or maybe I just haven't been in the loop, or maybe he's been back. I don't freaking know. But he had Sean Puffy Diddy Combs, Puffy Diddy was on, and Puffy was talking about, okay, for those of you who don't know, Puffy, along with the assistance of a business partner, I guess I would say an academic, getting ready to turn, right? Academic, decided to open a charter school in Harlem. And I think that's really awesome because I know personally, I don't want to go into deep into my own personal views, but I've that's something that I felt like needs to be done, not just in New York, but all over the place. Specialized charter schools opened up from outside sources, like, because if for any change to be effective, we have to do it ourselves, right? Education is the most important thing starting young, because you talk about, people debate about, well, I want to do this in the neighborhood, I want to do this in the neighborhood, and what are we going to do? Here's the realness. Any change we're going to see, I ain't talking about black, I'm talking all the way across the board, but specifically black because I'm black, and minorities. Any change we're going to see is going to come from the kids, the children, right? So whatever we dealing with as adults, it's fucked off. We gotta tough it down. You know what I'm saying? The change's gonna come from the kids. But without education, that's just simply not going to happen, right? And a lot of the inner city schools, not just inner city schools, urban schools and stuff like that. And again, I want to make sure that you guys clearly understand me. These are not just, the high population, all black kids in these inner city schools. But you got all kinds of kids going to these schools, and for the most part, they're median income, middle income, middle class families who are struggling. A lot of them are homeless, no food, no money, no nothing. So the situation is tough. So from the suburbs, you can speak a lot. You can, you can cast down. You can cast your judgment as much as you want, but you're not in it unless you've been in it. I've been in it. I know it. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And even there are times for myself where I kind of can I think I did a podcast vlog on this where I can kind of step away from it and kind of forget just how ill it could be. You know what I'm saying? Okay, saying all that, let's go back to it. So Diddy Combs and an academic have opened a charter school. And what he's speaking about on this interview with Al Sharpton, he's speaking about curriculums that are current, that are more current to what we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Or more relevant to what kids need to know going out into society now. And that's so important. Let me just give you a little bit of insight into something, all right? Growing up, my mom didn't teach us about, credit, balance your checking account and stuff like that. That wasn't, for us, it was like, damn, where the next meal gonna come from? Are we gonna have lights tonight? Are we gonna have a house to be in with lights, to wonder if we're gonna have lights tonight and food and stuff like that? And everything was, get through it however we can get through it, do what you gotta do to get to the next day type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's survival tactics, but it doesn't make for a good long-term outlook on life. It does not. It does. As a matter of fact, it fucks you in the end, right? So, and this comes from, this is a kind of, it's kind of a cultural thing, but it's also a class thing, because I guarantee you, as sure as I'm telling the story as a young black man who went through it as a young black child, there are some white kids going through it, some Asian kids, some Hispanic kids. It crosses all lines, because poverty crosses into all races, bruh. Believe that, bruh. But they need a curriculum that deals with the world and the economy as it is today, moving forward, and how to be successful in that. And I don't think that enough of that is happening in the inner city schools or the urban schools or schools in environments that aren't as well-to-do as other environments. You dig what I'm saying? I remember I called into Michael Graham's show before Michael Graham left, and we got into a debate this is on 106.7 in Atlanta, News Talk Radio, and we got into a debate about the educational system, because he was like talking about teachers, like he had a real issue with teachers. They make so much money, but they do so little. I believe the absolute opposite. I believe that, I know I'm jumping around, but believe me, it all goes together. I believe that there are certain people that should be making, like, sky's the limit on the money they should make. And I ain't talking just pension. I'm talking about policemen. I said policemen. Yes, policemen. Guess what? He's black and he said something good about policemen. Yeah, right? Because we all have police friends, people that we believe in, people that police are just, I don't want to get sucked into it. Policemen, military, firemen, people that work, teachers, obviously, any of those service jobs where they're actually providing something that shapes the community, shapes the culture. I think they should be getting paid like way more, man. Like there should be no cap on that shit. Pay them some more. I mean, the government is going crazy. Deficits like in the trillions, the zillions, the badillions, quadrupledillions. You know what I'm saying? And they're still getting money. But why do we want to fight against teachers making more money, investing more in schools? So his point was that we put X amount of dollars into each kid. And I said to him, I remember being in school, I didn't see none of them fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? An argument about kids not going to school. Well, I'll tell you what, if you put something there for those kids to want to go to, I guarantee you they will go to it. I remember going to, let's say, Southside High, for example. I was terrified of that school. And, bro, I've been in the hood for a long time as a kid. But that school, I was terrified. Terrified. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of school where a kid ain't going in the doors that day. He's skipping that day. You dig what I'm saying? You got to make these schools safer for these kids. You got to make these schools worth these kids' time to even go in there, involve them in it, make them want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So having P. Diddy Combs come out and open up a charter school, I hope that more people with the means that can do this will do it, especially in these urban environments. Just especially. That's just the bottom line. So I hope that I'm wrapping this up. I hope that we see some more of this. I hope we see more people following suit, because if you want your community to change, you gotta change your community. You know what I'm saying? And those that have power in our community, those that we believe have power in our community, we look to them to do those things. But for the most part, they really dealt with. I don't want to make a blanket statement say they haven't done anything, but I don't think they have. They've been looking at the overall big picture. I think that a lot of them are now. And that comes from all these things you've been seeing. Black Lives Matter movement. Yes, I give them credit for that. Your man, Colin Kaepernick, yeah, him. All these different things you're seeing popping, all of, not just this one, that one. And one more thing I want to say this. Everyone that hates the Black Lives Matter movement, guess what? The Black Lives Matter movement is not the only movement that's about civil rights, social justice for the black community. It's not. So I know you. So every time someone's talking about social justice or the black rights movement, right? It's not automatically Black Lives Matter. In case you didn't know that, I don't think you knew that. So, but hey, I'm out of here. I gotta go, man. I actually shot some reviews. You'll see those up this week. Let me know what you think about everything I said here. You think I'm full of shit? Think I'm on point? What you think about that Spider-Man, that shocker costume? What you think about Lil Wayn? What do you think about the P. Diddy Combs opening up the schools? I gotta go. I'm out. See you later.